Hey there, my dear friends. This is Carrie Konyha at HolisticPsychic.com, welcoming you to the full moon episode of Tarot for the Soul. So this is a weekly energy update and activation for the collective. And today we're looking at the energies that are unfolding over the course of this next week, ranging from today, March 28th, through April 3rd. Before we get into the messages that are coming through the cards today, I'm going to talk just a little bit about the main astrological influences that are happening today that are influencing us all in the coming week, namely being that we have the full moon happening in the sign of Libra today, which really brings in a very beautiful, sociable type of energy. However, we also have a significant Aries signature happening around this full moon in the way that we have the Sun, Venus, and Chiron all happening in Aries. This brings in an enthusiasm around self-expression. Chiron and Aries also sort of triggers awareness around old wounds, traumas that we're still clearing as well. So starting today and unfolding over the course of the next week, the energy is really prime for achieving balance between enriching social interactions in life and carving out space and time for your own self-care, clearing away whatever's coming up around triggers with old wounds and things like that. So in the spirit of that, I'm working with this special deck that I have that I typically use with clients, specifically with matters having to do with healing. And the deck is called the Shamanic Healing Oracle Cards. And I'll put the information for this deck in the description below. So in the spirit of the full moon, the tarot spread that we're doing today is going to take a look at what we are all collectively clearing, healing, releasing, what we're all collectively embodying, activating, empowering, the best way to express what we're empowering, and then we'll take a look at an overall message from the universe for the collective. So I've already been taking some time to tune in, shuffling the cards. And let's see what wants to come up here. So I'm going to go ahead and start selecting the cards now. And the first card that is coming up, which represents what are we clearing and healing in alignment with this full moon energy. And the card that's coming up is called Growth. And when I'm looking at the card, it's assigned to the number 38, which is an 11 or a 2. In numerology, and I like to look at the 11 aspect because 11 is a number of self-mastery. So on one level, things that we're clearing and releasing this week are supporting us all collectively and individually and coming into a renewed sense or a heightened sense of self-mastery. And then when I'm looking at the symbolism of the card here with growth, there's leaves from trees that are falling, and it's like the colors are fall and there's acorns. So it's definitely like that releasing, letting go type of energy. So this card, when it shows up, typically it indicates that we are in an accelerated period of growth. And right now, the thing that we can all do to support our growth is to allow ourselves to shed, release, let go of anything that we're no longer feeling vibrationally aligned with. This can be people, situations in our lives, circumstances in our lives. It's about just like a big exhale, clearing, releasing, shedding, allowing whatever's no longer aligned with us in the direction we're growing in to just be released. It's that easy. There's no force or push or control or efforting. It's just a release, a relaxed allowance of releasing that's happening this week. So that brings us to the next category that we're looking into, which is what are we collectively embodying and empowering this week? And the card that's coming up is Sacred Space. It's assigned to the number 21, which is a 3, and 3 is about fruition, growth, expansion. So this is a message for us collectively to be aware of optimizing or creating sacred space in your home, in your office. This is a really good week to almost ceremonially create sacred space as a gesture in honoring that which you are personally birthing into existence right now, as far as energy qualities, soul gifts that you are feeling ready to empower, activate, and energize within yourself. And of course, we're all doing this collectively. So the best way that we can support what we're activating, energizing, and empowering is through creating sacred space in our environment. But I would also extend this into the realm of embodying an energy of sacred space within yourself. Just being in your flow state, being in cohesion, mind, body, spirit. Make it a mindfulness practice this week to find ways to be sacred space in your life, in yourself. Create sacred space in your environment. Create an air of sacred space in your energy field. Radiate the essence of sacred space around you in ways that support an energy of upliftment within your personal sphere of influence. Through all of us doing that this week, we're definitely supporting an awakening of higher vibrations in the collective. So the next category that we're looking into is around what is the best way for us to express that which we are activating, energizing, empowering. And the card that's coming up is the Burden card. So it's assigned to the number 10. So I'm associating this with the same type of energy that's connected to the 10 of Wands in a traditional tarot deck. The imagery on this card looks like it's an insect, probably like a little ant, who seems to be trying to get out of some type of little seed pod or something like that, or carrying something that's too heavy, which is similar to the imagery on the 10 of Wands. So when this card comes up, it's an indicator that in some way, shape, or form, we've all arrived at a point where we can be aware of where we are weighing ourselves down by carrying the burdens of other people around us. And when we do that, sometimes when we take on the burdens of other people, we actually are accidentally enabling them to not fully learn and grow from their own experience in life. So ultimately, this card can be on one level about establishing healthy boundaries, not being a dumping ground for other people's lower vibrational energies, not taking it in. For us empaths out there and evolutionary souls, this is a really good week to be extra mindful of practicing healthy boundaries, not allowing yourself to take on discordant energies from what's happening around you, from other people, environments, and situations. So as this relates to the best way for us to express what we are empowering, it feels like it's around renewing your sense of boundary. So I want to talk just for a moment about the idea of boundaries. I actually don't really like the word boundary because it can allude to a feeling of pushing people away or closing down, and we don't want to do that. I choose to look at boundaries as being more of a parameter, an energetic parameter that you're establishing for yourself that's connected to your own awareness about what your goals, ambitions, dreams, intentions are, and just claiming responsibility for holding the space needed in order for those things to occur or manifest. So renewing healthy boundaries, clearing away old energy that you've taken on that's not your own energy, and reclaiming your own energy that you've been giving away to disempowering situations as well. So the best way to express that which we are activating, energizing, empowering this week is to renew our sense of parameters, boundaries, holding positive space for that which we choose to empower. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at just overall message from the universe for the collective. And as I was shuffling the cards and selecting them, two fell out. So I'm going to read both of them together. And they really go hand in hand. The one card is New Beginnings, and the other one is Unlimited Possibilities. New Beginnings is assigned to the number 2, which enables us to get footing, get grounded, establish a foundation for growth. And Unlimited Possibilities is assigned to the number 19, which is a 1 in numerology. And so the universe is reminding us all that we live in a world of unlimited potential, and it's important to remember that of the vast array of unlimited potentials and possibilities in what we can experience, create, achieve, manifest in our lives, that's going to be based on what we are most consistently thinking, feeling, and vibrating energetically. So take some time to tune into what your vibrational state of being seems to be, and have some self-inquiry around how you might be able to optimize that a little bit more for yourself. So in the last episode of Tarot for the Soul, which occurred during the spring equinox, I talked a little bit about how this is like the astrological new year because the sun is in Aries now, and it's the first sign of the zodiac. So now we're in the first full moon of the astrological new year, which brings us into a strong state of empowerment around all that we've been intending to shift into for ourselves this year. This full moon is really supporting sort of like a first wave of expression or manifestation based on the intentions we've been setting in motion. And as a part of that, we are being guided to clear away that which we are no longer feeling aligned with in order to optimize the processes of what does want to shape up for us. So I recommend that we all do that. Allow yourself to dream your biggest, highest, most vibrant dreams into being. This isn't a time for settling for second best. This is a time of getting back on track with highest and best timeline, highest and best reality, highest and best experience of life, highest and best embodiment of our fullest potentials, I think is actually the best way that I can summarize the messages that are coming through for all of us this week. Now, that's not to say that this full moon is without its challenges. With the Aries influence that we have going on, it can bring in a little bit of a turbulent type of energy, a little bit of moodiness, a little bit of aggressiveness. So that aspect is woven in there as well. But remember that we always have a choice. We have a choice on what energy we're going to feed in our life. We can be aware of anything within us that might feel like a little bit of a turbulent energy and harness it in the direction of expressing our passions rather than spreading poison out into the world. But overall, the energies are really supportive of achieving harmonized balance in our life this week. Let me know in the comments how it's shaping up for you. Much love, blessings, namaste, and I'll see you all in the next video.